Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to show you an easy way to illustrate the Triboelectric Series. Check it out. So you may recall the static electricity occurs when there's an excess of positive or negative charges on an object's surface by rubbing certain materials together. So the Triboelectric series comes into play when the position of those two materials on the series determines how effectively those charges will be exchanged. So items at the top of the series have a tendency to give up electrons, and so they're more positive, where items on the bottom of the series have a tendency to gain electrons during friction, and that makes them more negative. And so if you've ever rubbed a balloon, for instance, against your hair, you can see that human hair tends to give up electrons and becomes positively charged, while a rubber balloon tends to gain electrons and becomes negatively charged. For this investigation, I like to use 1/8 inch acrylic sheets. I like to use rabbit fur, a little bit of pipe insulation, some styrofoam cups. These are polystyrene balls that I covered with aluminum foil, pop cans, and I like to use balloons. Start by cutting your pipe insulation so you can fit it around the edges of your acrylic sheet. That way there's no sharp edges and it'll keep your pop can or your polystyrene balls from rolling off the surface. Suspend the whole acrylic sheet by putting it on top of styrofoam cups, as I've shown here. So in addition to the styrofoam cups insulating the acrylic baseboard from receiving a charge from the tabletop, they also elevate the acrylic base enough that you can store whatever you're testing on the Triboelectric series underneath it throughout your room. And it just gives you a nice place to store everything that you're testing from one table to the next. The first two items I have students test on the series is rabbit fur and a rubber balloon. So rabbit fur has a tendency to give up electrons, whereas a rubber balloon has a tendency to gain those electrons. And so the balloon right now is becoming negatively charged as the rabbit fur is losing those electrons. Rabbit fur has a tendency to be more positively charged. It's higher on the series. So once your balloon is charged, then I like to test it on an aluminum can. So on our acrylic tabletop, lay an aluminum can on its side, take your charged balloon and just come near the can, and you'll see that you can influence the can's movement on the acrylic tabletop. You can make it go back and forth. Oh, it stopped it midway. There it goes. Oh yeah, it's definitely attracting it. There it goes. Oh, it stopped it midway. The next way to illustrate this is by using magic hands. So instead of using a balloon, charge the acrylic tabletop itself, because acrylic is low on the Triboelectric series, and so the tabletop will become negatively charged. And now when I put the can, I can repel the can with just my hands, and it looks like I have magic hands. Look at that. Now I can use my magical powers to move the can with only my hands. Look at that. What kind of sorcery is this? How is that possible? Look at that. Now, if you don't want to use a pop can, you can also use a polystyrene ball that's just wrapped in aluminum foil. Charge the tabletop the same way, so the table becomes negatively charged. The aluminum foil has a positive charge. You'll see it's very, very reactive with the tabletop. And just by moving my hand, I can repel the ball. Just by moving my hand around it. There it goes. Kind of fun to do. It's almost like you have magic hands. Here are a few clips of my students interacting with this lab. See if you can get it to move. That's it. That's it. You got it. Nice job. There it is. Yes, you got it. Yes, awesome. Good job. Look at that! You've got magic hands. You're controlling it.
Okay, my turn.
That is awesome. There you go. Yep. Magic hands. Isn't that amazing? Look at how your hand repels it. Yep, that's it. Facing the pop can. Okay, have that side face the pop can. There it is. Yes. There you got it. Okay, put on the other side. Yes. One. Look at that. Very cool. Look at that. You've got wizard hands over. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time.